Under the ancient Bodhi tree, the Buddha gazed at his disciples with profound compassion and unwavering tranquility. A young woman named Sujata approached. Her frail form weighed down by years of chronic illness and pain. "Blessed One," she whispered, her voice trembling, "I seek refuge from the suffering that binds my body and spirit." The Buddha looked at her. His eyes filled with a gentle light that offered solace beyond words. "Sujata," he began, his voice a steady river. "Suffering is a part of life. Yet it need not define us." He picked up a lotus flower from the ground, holding it delicately between his fingers as if cradling a gem. "Observe this lotus," he said, turning it slightly. "Its roots cling to mud, yet it blooms with unparalleled purity and grace." Sujata gazed at the flower, its petals radiating a serene beauty untouched by its murky surroundings. The melodies filled the air, drowning out the cacophony of disputes and the cries of hungry beggars. He continued. Day after day, customers flocked to his stall, seduced by the harmony that masked the chaos. "The lotus is not afraid of the mud," the Buddha explained. "It embraces it, for it is necessary for its growth." Sujata felt a glimmer of hope ignite within her heart, a flicker of strength she had not known in years. "How can I embrace suffering as the lotus embraces mud?" she asked, her voice trembling with anticipation. "Begin with mindfulness," the Buddha instructed, his words steady as the wind that swayed the tree's branches. "Mindfulness teaches us to observe without judgment, to recognize pain yet not let it consume our identity," he said. He began guiding Sujata and his disciples through the practice of mindful breathing. "Each inhale a new beginning. Focus on your breath," he instructed, his voice a calm rhythm. "Each breath is a reminder of life, ever present and resilient." Sujata closed her eyes, following his guidance, her awareness sinking deeper into the rhythm of her own existence. "Feel the sensations within your body," he continued. "Do not resist or cling, but observe with patience and compassion." As Sujata practiced, her mind began to soften, shedding layers of fear and anguish that once gripped her tightly. It reveals the unexamined sorrows and restless thoughts we bury beneath distractions. "Think of the lake," he continued. "When its surface is stirred, we cannot see the depths. Noise stirs our minds similarly, concealing our truth." The days turned into weeks, and Sujata practiced diligently, her spirit gradually blooming as the lotus had. Her suffering no longer defined her, its grip loosening, replaced by the strength of acceptance and resilience. "Master, is silence always daunting?" the timid disciple asked. The Buddha smiled, the corners of his mouth curving like the crescent moon. "To those unprepared, silence can be overwhelming," he replied. "But to those who embrace it, silence becomes a sanctuary, offering clarity and peace," the Buddha added. The disciples carried his words as a treasure, each one resonating with the profound truth contained within the lotus. Through mindfulness, Sujata discovered an inner strength that transcended her physical limitations, an enduring legacy of Buddha's wisdom. Her spirit became a flower that blossomed amidst adversity, a symbol of hope for others navigating life's challenges. The Buddha's teachings echoed through the community, transforming hearts and guiding them toward paths of compassion and resilience. The Bodhi tree stood witness to the transformation, its presence a reminder of the timeless wisdom it sheltered. The Buddha, with quiet grace, observed his disciples, knowing the seeds of enlightenment had been planted. Another day, the Buddha sat beneath a tree by the serene riverbank. His disciples gathered closely around him. The soft flow of the river accompanied their breaths, its gentle currents whispering lessons of impermanence and renewal. Among the disciples was Devadatta, his face etched with weariness, his spirit weighed down by years of chronic illness. "Blessed One," he began, his voice cracking, "my suffering isolates me. and bitterness consumes my heart like an unrelenting fire. Just as this bowl is guided by the hand of its carrier, he said, your purpose will guide you to fulfillment. The Buddha placed his hands on his knees, his posture upright yet relaxed, the very picture of balance and centeredness. He gestured toward the river, its shimmering surface reflecting sunlight in a dance of interconnected light and motion. Observe this river, the Buddha said. Its waters never cease flowing, nourishing all it touches without hesitation or judgment. Listen not to judge but to understand. Do not fear the discomfort, for it is the threshold to understanding, he added. It is in embracing silence that we find the courage to transform. Each distraction you surrender is a step closer to stillness, he continued. With each moment of calm, you unravel the illusions that bind you. The disciples absorbed the guidance, their hearts awakening to the possibilities of stillness. The Buddha guided them through the practice of loving-kindness meditation, his words a bridge linking soul and spirit. Repeat this silently, he said. May I be free from suffering. May I find peace. May I be truly happy. Devadatta closed his eyes, his heart tentatively opening to the possibility of self-compassion amidst his pain. As you cultivate kindness for yourself, the Buddha added, extend it outward, to others near and far, friend and foe alike. The disciples joined in the meditation, their thoughts flowing freely like the river, touching all beings with compassion. May all beings be free from suffering, the Buddha intoned, his voice resonating like an eternal chant of renewal. Under the Bodhi tree, silence embraced them like an old friend, promising truths hidden in its depths. Another day, another gathering beneath the Bodhi tree, where the Buddha's wisdom flowed like a river meeting the sea. Over days and weeks, Devadatta practiced diligently, his heart softening as compassion took root within his weary soul. He extended kindness to those he once envied, his actions forging connections where isolation once reigned. Master, solitude frightens me. Why does it seem so daunting? The Buddha looked at the monk, his gaze steady as a mountain under the vast sky. Solitude is a mirror, revealing truths often hidden in the noise of the world, he said gently. Let me tell you a tale, the Buddha continued, his voice weaving the story like threads into cloth. There was a prince, celebrated for his charm and ambition, who rose to power in the kingdom of Kosala, he began. But with ambition came fear, and he imprisoned his rivals in dark, silent cells to protect his throne. Each man entered solitude, where silence unveiled their unexamined fears, their sorrows, and the wounds they had long ignored, the Buddha explained. One by one, they faltered, overwhelmed by the truths they could no longer escape in the darkness. Another day, the Buddha ascended the mist-covered slopes of Mount Vulture Peak, his disciples following in quiet contemplation. The mountain stood tall and serene, its base firmly rooted while clouds shrouded its peak in fleeting impermanence. Among the disciples was Ananda, his thoughts troubled by the chronic illness afflicting his closest friend in the village. Blessed One, Ananda began, his voice heavy. Uncertainty surrounds illness, and my heart aches for my friend who suffers greatly. The forest embraced me as I rose, its wisdom now a part of my own. Another day, another journey through the unfolding world of impermanence. Solitude removes the veils of distraction, leaving us face to face with ourselves, he said. When we avoid solitude, we avoid confronting the wounds and fears that shape our lives, the Buddha continued. Ananda listened intently, his troubled heart seeking solace in the wisdom flowing from the Buddha's timeless voice. How does one cultivate equanimity when uncertainty consumes the mind and suffering clouds the spirit? Ananda asked earnestly. Begin by reflecting on impermanence, the Buddha instructed, his voice steady as the mountain wind that whispered through the trees. All things are transient. He continued, both joys and sorrows pass as clouds drift, leaving the sky clear once again. Master, he said, this river is both a blessing and a curse. Its flooding ruins my fields. Its drought leaves me barren. Ananda closed his eyes, his thoughts beginning to dissolve as the practice calmed the tumult within his heart. Observe your emotions, the Buddha added. Neither suppress nor indulge them, but let them pass like clouds across the sky. As Ananda meditated, his awareness expanded, revealing the impermanent nature of suffering and the possibility of enduring peace. Equanimity is not indifference, the Buddha explained. It is the steady mind that sees life's truths without wavering. Each moment you remain present is a step toward understanding the truths solitude unveils, the Buddha explained. Embracing solitude is like befriending the night, knowing it holds not just shadows but stars. Weeks turned into months as Ananda practiced equanimity meditation, his mind growing steady and his spirit serene. His friend in the village felt the ripples of his newfound strength, their bond deepened by the Buddha's teachings. Do not mistake solitude for loneliness, he said. In solitude, you are never alone, for your soul and truth accompany you, the Buddha continued. The Buddha smiled, his calm enduring, as his teachings transformed lives, creating ripples of compassion and resilience across the land. Equanimity is the path to liberation, the Buddha reminded them. It frees us from fear and attachment, revealing life's truth. Do not resist its teachings, but welcome them as you would a trusted companion. The disciples bowed their heads, their hearts resonating with the truths the Buddha shared. The Buddha, with quiet grace, gazed at the horizon, knowing his lessons would echo through hearts and generations. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.